The one thing that I think sets this team maybe apart is they were a very focused team. They knew they had one goal in mind, to be honest with you. They wanted to be in the state championship game and to win the state championship. And even from day one, we as assistant coaches and coaches talked about this many times, that this team was as focused as I've ever seen a team. And they even became more focused as they went out to Rapid City. We were at a shoot-around on Thursday morning, right before we played that first-round game. And you could just see in their eyes they were really focused. They knew they had a big hill to climb out there and winning 3 basketball games, but they also understood with a lot of hard work, with a lot of determination, they could get there. And, you know, fortunately for this group of kids, they reached their goal.
I've never seen a bunch of kids like that. They have a lot of fun with the basketball, but yet they were real focused. They had a job to do. They figured, and they went out and played their hearts out.
Just the tightness. They go over and watch game film after every game until 2 or 3 in the morning. You know, they do that kind of stuff. They eat pizza and drink pop. But not only that, but I think the tightness and the relationship they have with the managers, with the coaches, you know, they absolutely respect Coach Thorson.
And I've said it all along, my assistant coaches deserve most of this credit because they truly work extremely hard in the season, and not only in the season, but in the off season. And again, they're a great group of guys to work with. We have a lot of fun together, and I think that's kind of what keeps us motivated and keeps us going. Well, I think, first of all, you need to start talking about your 3 seniors, co-captains. I'm a firm believer as a coach that you need good, strong senior leadership to have a successful season. And fortunately for us, we had an excellent group of seniors, not only captains, but we had other seniors that played maybe different roles, but they all helped us when it came to the leadership roles. And first we'll start out with Chad. Chad's been a 2-year starter for us. He started every game last year as a junior. And he just did so many things. I think that the main thing about Chad is he had such a great knowledge about the game of basketball. He knew where people should be, got people in the right spots. He just did so many things on the floor that made us the team that we were. And I think anytime that you're in a team concept, you like to have a coach on the floor, a player who's an extension of the coach. Next, Joe Ford. I think the one thing that stands out about Joe is his energy. I really, truly believe that Joe brought us the energy that we needed. Joe's a very high energy level type person. He's a great athlete, which when you mix those 2 characteristics together and you've got a very quality player, you know, Joe's one of those great all-around athletes. He excels in everything that he does do. Our last senior was Austin Hanson, probably as hard a worker as I've ever been associated with, and I've been around a lot of good players in my coaching career. You know, Austin's one of those special kids who understands the game, has great instincts about the game, and just had a tremendous career here at Brandon Valley. He will go down as one of the best, if not the best, here at this high school. And he's got a great career ahead of him. He's going to play at South Dakota State, and we look forward from a coaching standpoint and even a fan standpoint here, watching him for the next 4 years. Bo's one of those very excitable players that maybe a lot of people like to watch. When he's on his game, he's awfully, awfully good. He's one of those very good athletes who can handle the basketball and again, knows what to do when he gets to the basketball. Corey was one of our role players, and again, I think every team needs one of those players that will do the little things to get you over the hump. And Corey was very outsized. He was 6'3", guarding a lot of 6'8" kids. And I just appreciate everything that Corey did for us this year. And most of those things that he did not show up in the scorebook. He didn't get a lot of accolades in the paper, but he was one of those kids that was always there. Greg Gotsleben was probably our first substitute off the bench. Greg is one of those very emotional players, and I view Greg as an emotional leader. He was by far an emotional leader. It seemed like whenever we needed a little emotion, he was always there to inject that, whether that be in the locker room, at practice, or in a game. There were certain situations where Damon gave us that added lift that we need throughout games, and you know, I can think of a couple of games where he came off the bench and really ignited us, especially defensively, and I think many times from a coaching standpoint, that's what you need. You need somebody to come off the bench and give you that lift. Josh was a very good leader for us. He was a kid who's been around our program, and I appreciate his hard work, especially in practice. He made our inside guys a lot better simply because he came to practice each and every day. Mike is one of those kids that really came on as the season grew along, and he really lifted us in some big games, especially down the stretch. He helped us in the Sioux Falls-Lincoln game in the district, and he just added that physical presence that we needed inside, and we will look for a lot of big things out of him the next few years. Wade's one of those kids that I always remember Wade as he was the first kid at practice almost every day. He was always the first one in the gym and had an eagerness to play and to help the team out in whatever way he could. And again, he deserves a lot of this credit. AJ's a junior kid who got a lot of experience on the junior varsity team, and he was also one of those kids that every day pushed us in practice. He was out here pushing our inside kids, and he was one of those kids that didn't see a lot of playing time, yet he showed up every day at practice, and I think that's the true meaning of a team and an individual who wants success for a team. BJ Baker had the unfortunate job of trying to go against our quick guards every day in practice, and I give BJ a lot of credit because it's not easy coming to practice every day and going against the likes of Austin Hanson, a Joe Ford, and a Chad Creech, but he responded to that challenge, and again, I think he made us better. Maybe the unsung heroes of this team are our managers, because we throw a lot of jobs and a lot of responsibility on those three guys, and they're three guys that took a lot of pride in their jobs and in this team, to be perfectly honest with you. The first one's our senior, Scott Babcock. Scott Babcock's been with us, been with me all 4 years, and he's just kind of been the mainstay. Second one's Ryan Wingate. Ryan's been with us for actually, he played last year and decided to turn to help us in another capacity. And Wingate's just one of those kids that takes a lot of pride in whatever he does. And he's a great kid. He's fun to be around. And the last one's Jared Height. Jared's been with me the entire time since I've been coaching. And basically, Jared has taken over our videotaping. I know we as a program, a basketball program, appreciate all they have done for us. They do so many things that people don't realize. Before every game, they decorate all our players' locker rooms with signs, motivational signs. They give us candy. They provide motivational things in a lot of different capacities. You should have seen our hallway at the state tournament, our motel. They dressed our hallway up with a bunch of pictures and news articles and those types of things. They're just a group of people that help us in a lot of different ways, and I think the one thing about that group is they're a great group of people. They're really fun to be around, and they're a very supportive group, and they deserve a lot of this credit. And when our fans, and we've talked about our fans a lot this year, our cheerleaders deserve a lot of that credit because they get them enthused and emotional about the game, and from that standpoint, we thank them an enormous amount for what they've done. Our fans have been tremendous throughout the entire year, and especially when we played home games here, our opponents hated to come in here, to be quite honest with you, and I've heard that from a lot of different people because it was just a tough place to play, and our fans were so emotional and so vocal, and they've just been tremendous throughout this entire year, and our kids talk about it in the locker room before games, and I think the one thing that stands out in my mind, we're getting ready for a state championship game on Rapid, and our guys peeked their heads out their locker room door and saw just a sea of red. People don't realize what an emotional lift that brings when you've got the support there and the support that has helped us throughout the entire year. And many people have said we have the best fans in the state of South Dakota, and I would totally have to agree. I think bar none, our fans are the best. And I'm happy that we were able to come home with a championship trophy, not only for our program, but for our fans and the people who have supported us.
I knew we would be athletic, I knew we had some experience, and we had Hans coming back, and we had a good core of players coming back, and so, I thought we'd be contenders, but I had never thought 21-2.
I guess the second game, Mitchell, when we beat them, our confidence was pretty high. We knew we were a good team in the ESD conference, and we just felt like we'd be a very good contender to win the ESD conference.
We just won, I guess, probably about 10 more games than anybody expected us to win this year. Expected to be about 500.
I think the first game we came out a little shaky, but that was to be expected, and I think a lot of people thought we were just going to come out and blow out Lincoln, and I mean that's certainly not the case, especially in the districts. I mean, bad teams play good, and good teams can play bad, and I think that's kind of what happened. We got lucky, and we got that one, and then I think we calmed down a little bit the next night, and we kind of took it to Yankton and showed that we're a pretty good team.
The Lincoln game we knew was going to be a struggle. They played us box one the second half, and we knew that if they took Hanson out of it, we hadn't seen it all year. We expected it earlier during the regular season. Nobody did that. So we worked on it a little bit, but you can't simulate that against a team like Lincoln, who's a great defensive team.
Well, I think the first one against Lincoln, I think we may have overlooked them a little bit. We obviously knew we were the best team in the district, and so I think we just came in thinking, hey, if we play all right, we're going to get out of here. And so I think some of us came out and overlooked the first game against Lincoln, and fortunately we were able to get out of there with a win.
my assistant coaches, and again, this is a little bit of credit to them, they get in the car on Saturday morning, drive all the way out to Rapid, watch Rapid City Stevens play, and drive back and get home about 5 o'clock in the morning. And basically, that's the only game that we have seen them play. They were a team that was very scary, I guess you would say, and I think that's the way I put it to the team. They were a team that was very athletic and very physical. And to be honest with you, there were certain times throughout the year that we struggled with those types of teams.
You know, we just wanted to go out. Usually the first round of the state tournament's like, you know, the top 4 teams, you know, just show what they can do. And I thought we went out and did that. I mean, I thought we played really good. I thought we kind of put on a show, did some fast breaking, you know.
Yeah, we really didn't know anything about them, and then it was just we had to play our basketball game, just do what we had done all year, and just focus on ourselves. And what they did didn't really matter. We just had to concentrate on what we did.
I kind of took over that fourth quarter, and then on that last play, I took it down the middle, and I had 3 or 4 claps on me, and there's no way I was going to get a shot off, and I just happened to see Chad out of the corner of my eye, and I dished it to him. I don't think there'll ever be a bigger moment in my life. I mean, that's a shot you dream about having, and I think every kid dreams about it, and luckily I had the chance, and I knocked it down.
Well, Coach Begeman and I go back quite a ways. We've been good friends for quite a while, and we just talked about having the opportunity, the 2 smallest schools in the state of South Dakota, to play for a state championship, and we just kind of looked at each other and said, "Whoa, what a great opportunity we have!" And I think we shook each other's hand, and we knew it was going to be I think we both knew it was going to be a very good basketball game.
I think these guys, they just know how to keep playing, and no matter what happens, they play with just desire all the time. They want to win, and I think that's the biggest reason they became the state champs.
There's no better feeling in the world than to know that you're going to win the state championship for the first time. You're going to be part of the first Brandon Valley State Championship ever. It's unbelievable.
They honor one person that exemplifies what her life was all about, and I guess, they gave it to me. It's a big honor. We were isolating myself in that last minute or so, and I just happened to go down the middle, and Joe's guy collapsed on me this time, and I saw him out of the corner of my eye and just dished it to him, and he knocked it in.
It was just going by so fast, and it was just like, I shot it in, then we took the lead, and then, all of a sudden, I get fouled, and I shoot another free throw in, and then Bo gets fouled, and I look at the clock, and, there's 7 seconds left, and I just, oh my, we're state champs, and I just put my hands on my head, and I was just like, I can't believe this.
you been doing this? How many years?
I honestly don't remember. It's been quite a while.
Tom, I'd just like to say a big thank you to you and for all the hard work that you've done for this. This is going to be a great memory. And I remember when you and I talked about it on the phone about in the middle of January, I didn't expect it maybe to turn out like this. And it's just one of those that a memory that these kids will take the rest of their lives and be able to show a lot of people. And I just thank you for all the hard work and time that you put into this.
This is the side that we've never seen of Austin Hanson. Come here, Sleepy. Sleepy! Come here.
Get the camera away from me!